guys, welcome to the Metaphysical Mystique. This is your resource for intuitive living, holistic healing, and therapeutic arts. I'm your host and your spiritual coach, Jamie Jacobson. Today's episode, we're covering moon transit into Scorpio. That's right. We're get into the new moon in Sag, new season in Sagittarius. Are we ready? Let's get into it, everyone. See you on the other side. Hey everyone, welcome to Metaphysical Mystique. This is Jamie, and we are going through the Scorpio moon transit. Yes, in a couple of days we're going to be in Sag. We've got the Sag new moon, which is coming up in a couple of days. And we're in the Sagittarius season. We said goodbye to Scorpio season 2 days ago. Mercury is no longer in retrograde, and it was Mercury in Scorpio. So today, over the next couple days, it's going to be an amazing time, right? When we consider what Scorpio and its Plutonic influence is, and the kind of influence it has. You know, on the dark side, it can be brooding, vindictive, resentful, dredging up the past hurts and such, right? However, it's an amazing time to be somewhat like a hermit. Rethink the strategies that you can put into place in your life. Healing yourself, starting fresh, rebirthing yourself. In fact, Scorpios have a tendency for this Plutonian influence of, or emotions of, guilt, anger, and resentments. And resentment is a dark thing. It can poison the blood. Bitterness, right? We don't want that. We want to reform ourselves. We want to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. We want to heal, and we want to heal from a place that is right for us, from a place that is real, that is authentic, that is good for our souls. And consider the ways in which we want to go about them. But a powerful affirmation to consider, and of course, I came across this and read this in Donna Cunningham's Moon Sign book, right? Amazing book, okay? About the key to your inner life. And it's the inner life which is, to me, the most important, because it guides us in so many ways, and it reveals itself and projects itself into our lives in so many varying ways, and in so many factors, so many areas, in our relationships, in our public life, our spiritual life, right? So think of this. I release my capacity to transform my life. Or rather, I accept my capacity. I want to release resentments, right? That's what we want. Releasing resentments that have been built over the years. But it's accepting your capacity to be the one to transform your life. And I would suggest today and tomorrow to deeply ponder that. Make this a journal point, a journal prompt. What areas of your life need reforming, that need healing, that need transforming? For many of us, it's everything. It's every direction. Because you can heal your life. It is possible. And in today's insane world, today's insane and complicated, wild world, full of deception, I call it perception deception, information overload, saturated markets, everything is just overdone. There's no better time than now to release all things from the past, those poisonous things that we've carried with ourselves for so long, since childhood, that shadow. The shadow is a figure that all of us face, but it's particularly prominent for Scorpio as they deal with this all throughout their lives. And if afflicted, we see some of the darkest parts of humanity show up to the surface. Some of the worst dictators presented Plutonian influences, right? However, on the opposite side of that, being the healer, the transformer, the reformer, the one who can rise from the ashes and recreate oneself anew and bring a message with it, one of light, of love, of healing, truth. That would be the highest of the Scorpio influence. So let's consider the ways in which we can transform ourselves and how that is happening today and how you're handling these energies, both on a scale that is worldwide, but of course, singularly, as an individual. How will you move forward with your life? I think many of us in today's world, when we're looking around, it's time for you to take your life, get control over things, not in an unhealthy way, but in a very healthy way, as a leader, as a shining example for others of what that leadership looks like. Transformational leadership. The wounded healers. Wounded healers becoming transformational leaders. Finding purpose. Using your inborn divine spiritual gifts, because we all have them. We really do. It's inside of you. It's a part of you. And the beauty of it is the fact that it is so rare. The combination of you and the value and the insight and the experiences you have to offer that you can bring to the table. Devise a good strategy. Get your life in order. Get your head together. Open your eyes and look around. Where do you see yourself? Where can you make a mark and be in service in some way? You know, when we are in service to others, we get out of our self-consciousness, out of our bubbles, right? Where we're always meditating upon all our own personal problems, causing anxiety and sleepless nights and such. But when we're out in the world and we're providing service that heals, that helps to lead others, that helps teach others, or in whatever way, from the smallest of ways even, it brings more love into our life, more purpose into our life. It brings us down to earth. We have more of a sound mind, a sober mind, a grounded approach. So I say to you, I want you to consider, and I guess they say that 2020 is the year of illumination. All right, that could mean a million things. I mean, I know what it means for those that are calling it that, but for each of us, it could mean something very special. Once you examine your life and you see the areas that need healing, that need fixing, the relationships that need mending, you'll be illuminated to the problems in your life and how you can come on in as the leader of your life, informed, having spent time to educate yourself, to sharpen your thinking, to balance out those emotions and balance that mind, the mindset, and have the kind of clarity maybe you haven't had before. We can be illuminated, and there will be lights that shine upon issues and aspects of our lives that went on by and we didn't even notice. So, let's see what the cards have to say for the Scorpio moon, shall we? Here at November 23rd, 2019. This is insane. The year has gone by very quickly. And you see how fast a year can go. Now, I would like you to follow me if you could on Instagram, because I'm doing a 40 days and 40 nights challenge. It's a series for those of us that are interested in developing our purpose in life. And even more so, those of us that want to carve out a profession for ourselves with this purpose. Something that not only heals ourselves, but helps to heal others using our pains, our past experiences, our expertise, and putting those elements together to be leaders, to be healers, teachers, seekers, and just self-starters, self-starting high achievers. So follow me on Instagram for that 40 Days and 40 Nights challenge series. It's called Journey with Jamie. And you can find me there at Sacred Raven 111. I'll put that in the description box. Now, moving on, we're going to look at the energies for the Scorpionic moon influence. And there's no better way to do that than to begin with the Goddess of the Moon deck, which gives us a nice idea of the themes that we're dealing with, right? So here we are. Once again, the card of change, the Thunder Moon. Boom! With all the lightning strikes everywhere, right? Card 35, which is an 8. 8 is all about manifestation, right? Passion, we see through this card. Determination. Absolute perseverance. An instant and powerful aha moment. It's a new way of being, almost instantaneously. And some of you might have more powerful, it's a tower moment. It's an extreme tower moment. It's a powerful moment in which everything becomes clear. A breakthrough. The breakthrough that you have been waiting for. That thing that you have been waiting for and looking for, but knew it wasn't right. You could sense it, you could see it, you could feel it. Something just wasn't quite right. You needed more information. A lot of you were waiting on something. You were waiting. I believe this is it. This is where the waiting ends, because that moment of powerful clarity, that breakthrough is here. And for some of you, it's going to happen in a very powerful way. Others of you, it's going to happen in a very gentle, softer sort of way. Either way, this is the Thunder Moon. This is about change, baby. Change. A passionate, fierce, electric, and determined kind of change. It's the change that brings out the power within you. The best within you. You are not going to cower to yourself or your life anymore. You're going to march forward, and in your dignity, your honor, and in your nobility, stand tall and fight for the things you believe in. You're going to get to know yourself, understand your core values, what it is you value and why. And these will be things that you will live for, that you will fight for, and that you will die for. This is a passionate life, new beginnings, the taste of this new life. Remember the affirmation, I accept my capacity to transform my life. Accept the invitation to transform your life. Letting go of all past hurts, any betrayals, anything, any losses, any grief, all the resentments. Open yourself up to healing. Rise like the phoenix. Transform yourself and become whole again, or maybe for the very first time ever, because this is a rebirth. For some of you, it's going to be more powerful than ever, than anything you've experienced in your life before, and it's going to change you. It's going to seep into every area of your life. I accept my capacity to transform my life. Rising from the ashes. Think about this. And I want you to actually say this and make this your theme for the next couple of days. Moving forward with this deck, we've got Path, the Path, Surrender, and Blossoming. Here's what's beautiful. The Path and Surrender. The Path is an 8. Surrender is 26, which is an 8. And referring back to the change card, 35 is also an 8. So we have 8, 8, 8. That is a powerful message. I believe it's an angel number. You might want to look that up. And Blossoming gives us number 33. And 33 is a very powerful number and a very important number among the ancients and those that belong to the mystery schools, the secret societies, the occult mysteries. Right? The Messiah died at age 33. A lot of significant places and events happened on the 33rd parallel, so forth. The Path is number 8. We see a woman. She's under a beautiful sky full of stars, some a little brighter than others. But nonetheless, she's got this landscape, and there's many mountains ahead. But she's found a ladder. It's almost like a ladder into a whole new dimension, a whole other life, where she comes out of where she is under the night sky and the moon. And to climb that ladder, she'd be in a whole other landscape, a whole other world where the clouds are parting and the sun is shining through. The story of Jacob's ladder comes to mind once again every time, it seems, lately when I see this card. So please do take the time to look that up and read that story if you could. I believe there's going to be a message there for some of you. And then we look at Surrender, which is a number 26. And we see a woman in garb. It almost looks Buddhist, And she's standing there among the stars in the cosmos, under the beautiful moon, the waning crescent moon. With her eyes closed, and she's allowing the light to shine on her face. That soft light. And the stars are shining. Some of them have this red outline to them as they twinkle. The orbs that are flying above, what looks like orbs, also have this sort of outline. Signifying passion to me. I thought of Mars, right? Which is suitable when we consider that we're under the Scorpio moon's influence. But for the blossoming card for 33, we have a woman wearing a dress of flowers, okay? Her hair is done in a very tall way, in the formation of a mountain. She's playing a violin, and there's a lot of power coming from it. It's like this is her thing. This is a part of her. This is a spiritual gift that she's sharing. And it illuminates with pure spirit shining through. She's fully herself, grand, tall, statuesque, independent, sovereign, and in her lane she's found something that reveals to us all who she is. The violin is a part of her, and it's a part of her spirit as she plays the music. It's the music of her soul, the music of her life. Right? The moon is right above her, shining gloriously. It's got a green tinge. And so this card is saying, speak and move from the heart. Live from the heart. Put heart into your life. Put heart into all that you do. Be authentic, authentically you. Purely, without anything tainted. Never sell yourself short or sell yourself out. Allow your spirit to shine. Be inspired. Inspire others. Nurture yourself. Nurture others with your words, with your love, with your heart, with your gifts. This violin that she's playing is clearly divine. You can see it looks like something is being shot through it, allowing her to play so beautifully with such spirit. Let that be you. Let that be you. All right. Now the 888 message is very interesting. It's come up over the past months a lot. especially since the 88th Lionsgate back in Leo, which was fascinating. So let's continue, and we're going to grab from the energy deck, okay, and see what there is to reveal for us here. Okay. We've got community and Archangel Shamuel. Okay. Community's card is 7, Shamuel's 37, which is a 10 and also a 1. 1 is about independence, new beginnings, new fresh starts. 10 is endings. So we're here. He's got a beautiful yellow golden color all around his head with the brightest spot on his crown, and he's holding a globe of some kind, and inside of it is filled with light. It's filled with this golden light that is shining very brightly, as well as the light that's coming from behind him. And this golden light is your third chakra, okay? Sacral. In the community, this is about building a tribe. This is about the flourishing of it, bearing fruit, it growing. Okay, that gold color is shining here, as well as these orb-like stars that are all about. And here we have another woman playing an instrument, this time a harp. It's angelic. On her head are roses growing from her mind. And what is that? That's love and beauty and growth coming from the mind. It fills the mind. She's wearing a red dress. That's the creativity of the spirit. That's passion. That's sensuality. Your sexuality. The power within. We see red apples and fruits and red flowers spotted throughout. Some of them look like poinsettias. That tells me that something very special about the month of December and the new year. It almost looks like where there are two beams, where there are vessels and cups at the feet of these women, right? And fruit that is open. I see a delicious pomegranate. And there's something very sensual about that pomegranate that shines a light about the ladies' parts. And I say that because I feel like it's talking about a woman's sensuality and a focus there. You may have been neglecting that nature of yourself, that softer, more sensual, more tantric, sexual nature. Bring it about, because this allows you to explore your creativity realms in bigger ways, and it's a lot more freeing. Allow that part of yourself to come out and be explored. So there's definitely something here. This card tells me that there's going to be a lot of growth, a lot of creativity and abundance within family circles, friendship circles, communities, tribes. Celebration, music, and dance. Your confidence and your personal magnetism being enhanced Archangel Shamuel brings this. It brings this and shines a light on this aspect. And the community card being a number 7, well, we know 7 is a spiritual number. It's also a number of research, investigation, observation, thinking, critical thinking, digging deep, being hermit-like, right? And it's through those elements that this birthing happens, this growth. That's the energy and some of the symbols and elements I'm getting from these 2 cards. You have the power to lead, absolutely, and you are going to increase confidence and personal magnetism throughout this. And like I said, there's symbols of Christmas and the New Year. So I'm thinking the next 7 weeks, over the course of the next 7 weeks, new beginnings starting now, throughout the end of the year. This is the focus: family, celebration, building, leading, music, creativity, emotions coming to the forefront as well. Purification. We've got 2 women in white dresses that symbolize virginity, purity, clarity. And we're going to move on to finally to finalize our reading here. I'm going to take one from the Goddess Tarot, okay? Fitting, since we were using the Goddess of the Moon deck, and then we'll end it with the Moonology, okay? Now looking at these, it's very beautiful, and I can see where things are headed. For many of you, there is a lot of love in relationships that figure predominantly in relationships. And there's going to be a decision that needs to be made regarding these, because there's been a lot of hardship and heartbreak. But this is also including other elements, and we're looking at something bigger here. This is about your life and your purpose in life, and ending this decade and saying goodbye to the pains. We have the 10 of Swords. That's releasing all the old. This is perfect for the Scorpio moon, because this says it's the end of betrayals, sadness, broken hearts, losses, grief. And we have the Ace of Staves, which is the Ace of Wands, the big old bright sun shining. Now that's a new day, a new passion bursting through. With the 3 of Staves, the 3 of Wands, looking out at your future with fresh eyes and a fresh feeling moving forward, knowing that a new day is coming for you, right? And what's beautiful is also the 6 of Staves, the 6 of Wands, recognizing that that day is here. That came right with the Ace of Cups, this beautiful, beautiful card with the gorgeous blues and the powerful shine of the moon. It's light, and the cup I'm overflowing with emotion, being swept by emotion. It's powerful, but it's beautiful emotion. It's not the kind that hurts, but it's the kind that swells your heart, that entices you to act, because you've got paired up with the Ace of Staves, that passion, and power, right? That fire. That sounds like Scorpio, that powerful emotion. And I think we saw that at the very beginning with the change card and all that electricity all over the place. But even more, we have wisdom, the goddess Sarasvati, right? It's number 2. And in the major arcana, what is that? Yes, the high priestess, wisdom. And she's playing her instrument as well, using her instrument. What is your instrument, right? What is that thing that you play that is all yours? Use your wisdom. We have words and cards here like sacrifice, Kuan Yin, the goddess Kuan Yin. Okay? It's a card of 7. She's holding a child close to her heart. There are 2 moons shining above her, and she's standing in the skies, well-dressed, beautiful, flowing, standing in her dignity. What are you giving birth to? What do you have to sacrifice in order to make this new life happen? And we have power. That is the Emperor, the goddess Freya, right? And she's being moved. She's being charged. There are 2, what looks like 2 black cats. And she's in a chariot of some kind, flying through the sky, moving forward. Freya, in her splendor. These are the elements in which you're going to need within you to move forward and have this beautiful life that's coming. And finally, from the Moonology deck, it's time to take action, says the new moon in Aries. So we're approaching the new moon in a fiery sign of Sagittarius. You may have Aries figuring predominantly in your chart, or there is one around you. But this is, I feel, Emperor energy. This is a new passionate beginning at the new moon. Your decision. And there will be sacrifices that are made, but they will be so worth it. And at the bottom of the deck, you are so very close to achieving your goal. You know what that is. You know what you need to do. And it's time to march forward. It's time. You know. And with that, we're going to end here. God bless you and enjoy that Scorpio moon. If you're interested in spending some time with me with a session, you can find that that information in the description box. See where my mind is at, right? And if you enjoyed it, let me know. Engage. We'll see you soon.